have payback for No Mercy. That's the best word I'm going to use. I don't think I'll use it for my title. But No Mercy was disgusting. It was a disaster area, ladies and gentlemen. We know this. Everyone hated it. But this Hell in a Cell, which was 3 hours and about almost 36 minutes or 34 minutes, it was redemption to a certain extent. Doesn't mean they cleaned up their product, but it made up for the last pay-per-view easily. Now, I did not see the kickoff show, so I don't know what happened. So I'm going to skip it. But I am going to go through the stuff that happened in this show, and I can tell you, the majority of it, I enjoyed it. Not everything made sense, but I am glad it did happen. Usos versus New Day. I still say they should let Kofi Kingston be in the match. But they had this in the right place, at the right time, and Kofi, it was alright he wasn't there, because Xavier Woods and Biggie Langston along with Jimmy and Jay killed it. It literally gave a hyping for the show. It really did. I mean, seeing Xavier Woods shine here. This is the person that shined the most. It wasn't Biggie, it wasn't Jay and Jimmy. It was Xavier Woods. He shined the brightest in this match. Particularly when they chained his ass up with, handcuffs, and started whipping his ass with the kendo sticks on his abs. People truly ate that up. It was something you haven't seen in a long time. A story coming to fruition. And I was happy to see that it was the Usos who won. But here's the problem. Who goes up against the Usos now? You can't continue having a New Day go up against the Usos. They need a new tag team to go up against. There's only one tag team I can think of. And that is not the Ascension, not the Fashion Popo. It has to be the Authors of Pain. They're the only ones that make the best sense here. I'm sure that the Authors of Pain with Precious Paul Ellery should and must come to SmackDown now, because there's no one else the Usos can go up against. There is nobody. You can't continue having New Day go up against them. You need to separate them for a while. If you keep doing this, you will kill New Day's credibility and momentum, and then you will kill the Usos as well. That's just me. Now, the match that really didn't need to be there at all. It could have been left out. Rusev versus Randy Orton. I'm being honest here. If this was Rusev's last match, I'm glad I saw it. But if you're going to see it for the truth, it didn't need to be here. If this truly was Rusev's last match, they didn't need to do this match at all. They could have done this on SmackDown and it would have just been over with. And we didn't have to see such a waste of time. It wasn't the fact that the match was bad. It was the fact that Rusev's build has been terrible. That Randy Orton did what he did. I didn't give a damn about their feud because of the build. So that's just how I felt about it. Now, Ty Dillinger, AJ Styles, and Baron Corgan. I'm kind of going in order here. I knew, if anybody's seen me for the last couple of weeks, near a month, I've said they had to do a triple threat with these three. They had no choice because of the way they were doing the story. They had to book it this way. I'm not saying it would have gave it a great story. I'm just saying that's the way it had to be. And what do we get? They got exactly the right combination. It was a good match. But I'm not going to lie here. I thought AJ Styles or Ty was going to win. I didn't expect Baron Corgan to win after the build that he got, after getting the Money in the Bank briefcase, after losing it because of John Cena, after getting destroyed by John Cena, after the last couple of weeks and about a month of how he's been losing and losing and losing and being a bitch and being a bitch. And then you get him getting this. There's a subscriber, Morgan. You know me. Me and you, if you still love Baron Corgan, this got to be bittersweet. Because yes, you see him have the championship. Yes, he now is a U.S. title holder. But he looks horrible. His booking has been so bad. Why care? Why? And that angers me to no end. The guy, yeah, he was an ass. He said something stupid and then he got nailed for it. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he was an ass to piss someone off in the back. And then went on either Twitter or on Instagram and said something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He did something. He got shit and liked the taste of it. He got booked really badly. And then they throw a title on him. For what? To make him look worse. And that's what's getting me upset. Anyone else who's glad to see Baron Corbin have the title, fine. But for me personally, knowing that Baron Corbin has been screwed so badly, and then see him get this title does not mean he's going to be promoted properly. The only person that could have been promoted very well might have been Ty Dillinger. They have been pushing him to a certain extent, and this might have helped him a good amount, dealing with AJ Styles instead of dealing with Baron Corbin. That's just me. Now, here's a match that I'm just going to get it over with right now. Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode. Now, I'm not saying this was a bad match. In fact, it was very good. And then seeing at the very end, both of them trying to cheat. If you ain't cheating, you ain't winning, you ain't lying. There's a certain way, I can't remember what it is. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There you go. Now I remember it and I feel like an idiot. But if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Both of them cheated. Dolph cheated first and Bobby cheated last, and Bobby did not, well, Bobby did win it. And then he got a zigzag for his effort. Okay. You got a feud for him, which he needed. You're not going to get it from, unfortunately, Mike Bennett because they haven't pushed him at all. Why did he even go to the WWE if he's going to be treated like this? I don't know why. Yeah, he's getting better money he would get from GFW or TNA, but I just feel like he's so underutilized, it's a joke. But I will say this about Dolph. I still believe Dolph is an enhancement jobber for anyone coming in. That's what Dolph is now. But at least they did go along with what made sense with Dolph's story now and character. The only way they can give him the proper entrance is not to have an entrance. No music. No lights. He just walks out quiet. It makes perfect sense for him going from now on. It would make perfect sense. They don't even do Dolph Ziggler and then a little bit of music, then they cut it off, and then he just comes out. Don't play no music and just let him come out plain. It makes perfect sense, at least for as long as he stays. If he's leaving soon, then so be it. Now, Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This was good to see. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, dude, what do you mean good to see? Why? Shinsuke did not win. I know. And that's good. You know why? Because it's been maybe about 4 to 5 months since Jinder Mahal has won that title, and everyone expected it. I'm seeing this again from the point of view that the WWE has not used their stars, or in this case, real wrestlers, properly. The wrestlers have not been used properly. They never have. For the last 9 years. Jinder Mahal has been around for quite a long time. He left for a while and he came back. He made himself look better. So they decided, okay, we're going to throw the title on him. Yes, for the wrong reasons, but still he had the title. And instead of hot potatoing the title, they let him hold it. They let a mid-card jobber that if you sponsor him properly, get over. To a certain extent. I'm not saying he's over completely. He's not. People still don't like him. People still think he's a jobber. But I'm seeing it in the respect that if they can do this with Jinder Mahal, who, mind you, probably is not the best person to be champion, but at least they're willing to use the jobbers that have been on the roster for so long and have never been given any use. You are doing it now. So if you can do this with Jinder, and he has some power, some interest, some following, you can do this with another mid-card jobber like a Kofi Kingston, like a Biggie Langston, like an Xavier Woods, definitely an Xavier Woods, looking what happened at Hell in a Cell, the opening of this show. They could easily be something good for the company. And that's what I'm seeing. Now, am I sad to see Shinsuke not win this? Well, right now it's still too early for him. Maybe in the middle of 2018 he can win a title. And I believe that would be the wisest thing for him to do. Either the US or the IC title. Yeah, if they're smart, build him up going into the either Universal or the WWE title. That's what I feel is the best thing. But this is just me. You guys can tell me below if I'm an idiot or if I'm making sense. Now, the Fashion Police showed themselves. The Fashion Popo. A short segment. Seeing the Ascension saying, hey, you got a poster. You got a package. Inside it, will you be our friends? And then you got, oh man, Tyler Breeze and Fandango are still gold. And I just loved them. I know everyone else is not really fond of them, but I knew if you put these guys together and just give them something to do, if they really are good, they can make something out of it, and they have. They're just as funny as New Day. In fact, they're funnier because they're not wrestling. They're actually using their characters to get over. And I'm happy about that. The question now is, what is the suitcase about? Where is the suitcase from? Who are the ones who brought the suitcase? I don't know. And I can't wait to find out. This is just me. Charlotte versus Natalya. Now, I'm going to be honest here. At first, I had no interest in this match. I didn't give a damn about this match because I knew Charlotte was going to win. And I'm so glad I was wrong. One, the story that they gave was a pretty decent one. Charlotte getting hurt. She favoring her left knee. Natalya doing everything she can to drum up a lot of heat. And I want to say this about the crowd. The crowd was actually very good. They didn't burn out so easily throughout the night. It was actually pretty good. Not great, but good. By the end of the match, you get a DQ because Charlotte gets her ass whacked by some chair from Natalya. So Charlotte does not win. But she gets a huge amount of sympathy. And now, if they do this properly, let Charlotte stay away for a couple of weeks to recover from her knee problem and being injured. Wait until Survivor Series to give her a second shot. And then you get a better payout than just letting her come back next week and then having a rematch where maybe she'll win, and that's dumb. That's just me. I just want to see a properly crafted storyline. And this is what we get. Is it a great one? It's okay. But as long as you do it properly, that's the most important thing. Now, what else we got here? I did Ty, I did that, I did the Usos. Did Dolph Ziggler. I want to say this. I do not know what's going on with Michael Cole. We're still seeing Todd Phillips. We're still seeing Corey Graves. Now, both of them, what I can tell, are transitioning back and forth between Raw and SmackDown. And then you have Braxton, Brian, what is the guy's name? Brian Saxton is on SmackDown, and you got Booker T on Raw. Now, it kind of sounds like they're putting two black guys on there. I don't really care about who's where as long as you do your damn job properly. And I want to be honest here. I would like to see one of your commentator teams who speak another language. They speak English properly. I want to see them become commentators for this once in a while. Like a switch out. I would like to see the team from India do commentary for America. I want to see the Japanese ones if they can speak. Because we know Funaki can talk pretty good English. I want to see him do American commentating. Switch them out once in a while. I think that would really help the product a lot. But you wonder how long Michael Cole's going to be gone. And I just want to say this briefly about Michael Cole. I still don't like him, but it would be good if he's gone for about 4 or 5 months to come back as a refresh. Then people will be wondering what happened to him. That would actually help the product a lot because I don't remember the last time he took a real vacation and was not on SmackDown, not on Raw, not on the pay-per-views, not on any other of the smaller minor shows that they showed on public television. He's always been working. So this is actually a good thing. Now, let's see. Am I forgetting anything? I just want to make sure. Yep, I'm done. The end of the night. what made me see that they made up for No Mercy. You got Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens in a very good Hell in a Cell match. A very well done story. I didn't expect it to be this good. I thought, okay, it's going to be good. Shane can do a good job. Kevin Owens can do a good job. You saw Kevin Owens' little promo when he took the mic. I don't think it was Charlie. It was somebody else. Took the mic and did a beautiful promo that people started clapping about. Came out and they started their business in the ring, outside the ring, on the cell, across the cell, getting whacked in the cell, and then going on top of the cell. And everybody was terrified. You could you can hear it in the crowd. And even I got nervous because that's high enough. If they don't hit the right spot to be able to not to get killed, they could be badly injured or die. So I'm not going to say that I wasn't nervous either. But it was so well done that you see on top of the cage, powerbomb, you see a DDT, you see punching, you see good kicking, you see Shane trying to pull out some new moves throughout the entire night, pulling out a lot of good fighting techniques, not great, but good ones. You see Kevin Owens pulling out a lot of good stuff. And then by the end of the night, and it's 3 hours and 30 minutes of a show, counting the kickoff, it's got to be 4 hours and 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's too much. Get rid of the kickoff show and do this where the kickoff is, and it'll be better for the people. This was killing you. But anyway, Kevin Owens falls off the cage. Then you got Shane McMahon coming down, looking at him. And instead of pinning him, he goes back up in the cage, and he decides he is going to elbow the super elbow of Shane McMahon. And guess what? What I've been talking about for so long. Heel turn. Heel turn! You got Kevin Owens being saved by Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn, after saving Kevin Owens, pulls his ass over to Shane McMahon, who's being strapped up because that was a hard fall he took. And then he gets a pin because of Sami Zayn. Yes! This better be a heel turn. It smells like a heel turn. It looks like a heel turn. And it must be a heel turn for Sami Zayn. It actually goes along with the story of Kevin Owens. It goes along with the story of Shane McMahon. And it goes along with the story of Sami Zayn. Sami never really getting anywhere. He's been going back and forth from SmackDown and Raw, never getting nothing. Never getting anywhere. And now he's sick and tired that he's being ignored. And now he decides, you know what, my friend's still my friend. And I did warn the guy, Shane McMahon, but no one wanted to listen to me. He didn't want to listen to me. So guess what? I'm going to save my friend. I'm not going to let him get trashed. So F you, Shane McMahon. That's what we get. If they're going down that route, this was well done. And it makes up for No Mercy that we get some story going into the next SmackDown. And if they cultivate this right, you got something going into Survivor Series. Finally, good writing on one of the two shows. I'm not saying it's going to last long, but I don't care if it's Road Dogg or anyone else. Whoever wrote this, good work. Please keep it up. Make it last until Survivor Series where there'll be a payout because of what's been going on with the company. But this is just my point of view. And I hope you enjoyed the Zane view. Please give me a comment below. And just to say this, I haven't had a chance to check out the two shows I was thinking of, like Lucha Underground and the National Wrestling League. I haven't had a chance because, as you saw, I tried a little animation. I actually set up another YouTube channel for it. I already got one video up. If anybody wants to know what the channel is, just leave a comment below saying, where's the channel? I'll leave a connection. You can look at it for yourself. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.